Okay. How about now? Uh, okay. Okay. Imagine how I love the pastries. Yep. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Pastry Lovers. I know that a couple of you are looking forward to this. We played a bit of the prologue during the otome marathon, but today let's start from scratch. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for telling me that I'm muted. Thank you. I'm going to eat a cupcake to cope. There we go. Hello, Sleet Daddingus. Oh, yeah, I should say hello to everybody. Hi, Gaming Gubbins. Hi, Sweet Stuff. We have a bunch of sweet stuff here. Hi, Fang Tachi. Hello, hello. Hi, Bad Luck Coon. And hi, Blaze O'Karen. Hello, hello. Wow, the BGM for the screen doesn't even loop, does it? Well, just appreciate William's tiny little hand over here, and let's get started. Here we are, in the faraway Carsland Kingdom, where there is a dragon for some reason that it's never commented on in the game. Oh, glad to hear you're in a random positive mood. Positive moods are the best. There is a common saying, if you are not born in a noble family, then make efforts to become a pastry chef. Yes, people here have a passion for desserts. Whether holidays, sacrifices, weddings, childbirth, sickness, or funeral, in short, pastries must appear on all important occasions. We're never going to be hearing about those sacrifices again. Especially those rich and noble people. They regard enjoying exquisite and luxurious cakes as an elegant way of life. Under this background, 5 famous pastry families have come into existence. However, in order to consolidate their own positions, the 5 families have firmly controlled pastry-making skills within the families, while strongly suppressing those folk pastry chefs. Hi, Garrett! Hello! Oh, from the notification, I thought you were playing like Cooking Simulator, but still nice to see you are playing a game you like. Yeah, I like this. Maybe not for the reasons that the developers intended, but I sure do like it. And going to be saving Cooking Simulator for when it comes out on VR. Yeah. Such condition had made pastry-making skills once disappear among the civilians. Pastries had become exclusive products for high officials and noble lords. Sugar is pretty hard to come by for medieval peasants. A mysterious figure's appearance broke the ice. He has founded St. Patrick's College to spread pastry-making skills among the civilian population. From then on, pastry production has been promoted in folk again, and St. Patrick's College has also become the most famous pastry college in the Carsland Kingdom. And now, Chapter 1 West Island, where we're introduced to our protagonist. Sakura, are you awake? Today is Sunday, don't forget to prepare food for everyone. Awakening by a knock at the door, you rub your eyes and sit up. In fact, you are an orphan who is adopted by the dean and have grown up in the monastery. The monastery you live is located on an island in western part of the Carsland Kingdom. The life here, though plain, is smooth and steady. It had been so until a few months ago, which was on your 16th birthday. That day, Sister Terry called you to her place. Pastries. Are you guys excited for pastries? Sakura, happy birthday to you. Now that you are 16 years old, there are some things I should tell you. You see, when a man and a woman love each other very much, through the years, you might have thought that your parents have already passed away, but that's not necessarily the truth. That year, it's the dean who found you in swaddling clothes at the door of the monastery. At that time, we also found one thing by your side. See, it's this notebook. This seems to be the notes of a pastry chef. Over the years, we have also tried to search for the clues related to your origin. It's a pity that there's no progress so far. They've had 16 years to do that. Anyway, now you have grown up, it should be given to you. Whether you decide to explore your origin or not, I wish you can get happiness. Exactly, Gubbins. That's what we'll be doing, because this is a dating game. Since you learned that your parents may still alive, it's hard for you to have peace in mind any longer. Oddly enough, you've loved to make pastries from childhood. Even the condition is poor in the monastery, you still managed to do a lot of tries. Don't you love this translation? Gradually, everyone knows your hobby, so all the snacks you used to share on every Sunday have been made by you, so that you have more opportunities to practice. Nowadays, you get the notes of this pastry chef. It makes you wonder, is this really genetic? You monologue. By reading the notes, the owner of this notebook should be a great pastry chef. But why did she abandon me at the door of the monastery? Sakura, are you ready? Yes, Mom, Cindy. The cook of Church Cindy is urging me. I'd better go there quickly. Sakura, you're so slow. I've been waiting for you for a long time. Today you have to make 50 snacks. Don't worry, leave it to me. On such short notice. This is fine. By the way, have you heard the news? St. Patrick's College will expand their enrollment this year. Maid? Oh no, this is a sister. Didn't you see the text? This is a nun. Not a maid. This is a nun. By the way, have you heard the news? St. Patrick's College will expand their enrollment this year. Right, exactly that college. You love making pastries so much. Haven't you ever thought of learning in a regular school? Yes, I'd like to. But the tuition charged by that kind of noble college would be very expensive. How can I afford it? We're less than 5 minutes in and they've already forgotten the introduction, which was that it was a folks' college for reintroducing pastries to the citizenship. We've already forgotten that. Yes, you did in fact come into this character mentioning they're a baby orphan, Ballsy. Welcome. Hi, Ham! Welcome. The monastery would have no condition to endow me either. Haven't you heard of it? St. Patrick's College has a rule since its establishment. As long as you achieve S level in the entrance exam, you can get a full scholarship. Full scholarship! Alas, forget it. It's never an easy thing to achieve S level, especially someone who relies completely on self-study like me. How could it be possible? With the power of God and anime on your side, child. How do you know without a try? Well, enough talking, just get started quickly. Okay. Today, some church members will come here from other places. Show them your skills. Well, alright. It seems I'd better choose a pastry which is easy to make and that I'm sure of doing it well. What should I do? Anything is possible with the ability to bake 50 snacks, you're right. So, something that's easy to make and sure will do well. We are not going to make a souffle. Just for the prologue at least, I am taking free will. Tiger roll is the primary pastry. As long as I follow the right steps, that should be no problem. We are not making a souffle. Do you expect this orphanage to be quiet? Besides, I practiced it for many times recently by referring to that mysterious notebook. Intelligence +1. Let's check our intelligence. It's 1! But for some reason, even though we're an orphan, we have 9,998 gold. This is more gold than we'll ever need for the entire game. Honestly, I suspect that maybe they had set this for debugging purposes and then forgot to reset it. Oh yeah, all of these skills will be important, everybody. Make note of them. Intelligence, stamina, skill and taste, aesthetic, perseverance, social, charm, disrepute, and teammates. You have a minimum disrepute to enter one of the guy's routes. How to increase disrepute? By working at the red light district, of course. Are we being exploited out of manual labor in the name of God? We sure are! Then let me get started. Should I make it completely in accordance with the formula of mysterious notes, or by adding my own idea? No independence now. Everything goes well. In less than an hour, delicious tiger rolls are freshly baked. It looks tasty. Bruce Wayne is the perfect example of a rich orphan, but I think that he might be an outlier and should not be counted. Anyway, new characters. So tired, I have a bone in my leg. Can we not go there? Yeah, I was surprised to find out that having a bone in your leg as an excuse is an actual thing in English. Apparently it's a Britishism. No way, it's a rare chance for me to visit the West Island. The pastor of the church here is an old acquaintance of mine. Just how old is he? I just don't know. Y'all got bones? Pastry lovers' characters confirmed to have bones. We've not seen each other for many years. This time I must go and visit him. But I don't want to go to the church, so boring. This time I come to the West Island in preparation for student enrollment of the college. I shouldn't take you with me. It's you who simply insist to follow me. Literally never have heard that as a Briton. It might be a regional thing? I see you guys are really excited about bones. You promised me before coming here already. Be good and behave yourself. If you go back on your word now, it's not too late to head back. You, humph! It's just a church. I'll go, okay? Good girl, yush yush. It seems we're late. Pastor's sermons have already finished. Hee hee, that's great. I don't want to listen to the sermons anyway. Come on, let's check the back. See if they have any spare sermons in the back. Isn't this Mr. Christopher? It has been a long time. Christopher DM. Yes, indeed. We've been separated for quite a few years. I looked it up, and DM seems to be a shortening of his last name, which is some Chinese name, I think Danmu or something along those lines. But look at him, he's a dungeon master. Take a seat, please. Oh, all right. It happens to be Sunday today. If you don't mind, please taste the snacks here. Invite us to taste snacks. Poof! What good snacks can this place have? Young lady, you are in the building of God. Lena, don't talk nonsense. Looking at the pastor apologetically, I'm really sorry, this kid is a little impolite. Ha ha! Young people are usually straightforward. Anyway, inviting such a professional like Mr. Christopher to taste our snacks, I'm really under great pressure. Hee. That's right, he's a designated master pastry. Christopher the Dungeon Master. Hi, Glyphs! Welcome! Cleaning my room so I won't be in chat much? Have a good time. As good of a time as you can have. Stay safe. Be yourself. Please don't say so, that's very kind of you. Passing the pastries to Christopher DM and the girl. Her name is Lena, please. Have a taste, please. Christopher DM picks up the spoon, digs a small piece of cake gracefully, and puts it into his mouth. He chews a few seconds and then stops without saying a word. Puff, look at you. It must taste terrible. Told you. No, I think the taste is very familiar, as if I had tasted it before. Eh? You're kidding. Let me try it. Lena tastes it defiantly. Ow! It's not so bad as I imagined. However, there is nothing special. Humph! The girl snorts and then turns her head away, keeping silent. Humph! As if it tastes of bones? Mr. Pastor, may I ask who made the snacks? Oh, it's made by a young girl here. She has loved to bake since her childhood. Oh, I'd like to see her, can I? Of course. If Sakura knows that a professional pastry chef wants to see her, she must be very happy. You joke, but I think that we're going to make some sort of pastry out of gelatin later on in this game. And as you know, gelatin is bones! Bone cake! Bone cake! Hello, I heard that you tasted the snacks I made. Is there any problems? If any, I'm really sorry. I'm just a beginner. No, please don't get me wrong. I just feel the taste of the snacks is a little familiar, as if I had tasted it before. Miss Asakusa, could you tell me who taught you the skill? No, no one taught me, actually. I pondered it blindly myself. We're just guessing, my dude. Yes, as far as I know, Sakura has never left the West Island. And in this remote place, there is no famous pastry chef either. Oh, I see. I probably got it wrong. So this dude definitely knows our parents, right? Honestly, it's been so long I've completely forgotten what his route is like. Yeah, because he's definitely too old for us, but that doesn't mean we can't romance him. Christopher Dungeon Master is a romance option. Exactly, don't make a fuss. In my opinion, the cake is just so-so. The cream is too light, the color of the tiger roll seems a bit scorched. Looking at the girl helplessly. Lena! How is gelatin bone? Gelatin soft and soft. Bone hard and crunchy. Oh boy, you are gonna learn something today, sweets. He'll invite you to his dungeon. Oh no! Sorry to bother you, miss. That has a bad word in it. Oh, that's okay, never mind. You couldn't fall asleep, but kept tossing and turning in bed at night. What happened in the daytime has emerged in your mind. It has expanded. It has left your brain and wandered the world. St. Patrick's College will expand their enrollment this year. The S level can get a full scholarship. This college is the most authoritative one in the culinary world, especially their pastry specialty. That's probably not the word that they want to use. It almost represents the highest level of pastry making in the Carsland Kingdom. In fact, I wanted to be a pastry chef when I was a child, and I also fantasized about studying in such professional colleges. But it's already hard enough for the monastery to raise me for so many years. They have no additional money to support me to study in that kind of professional college at all. However, since Sister Terry gave me that mysterious notebook of the pastry chef, my heart seems to be stirred again, and it'll stir some more, girl, when we introduce you to some hot guys. What kind of people are my biological parents? Why they left such a notebook in my swaddling clothes? If I can enter the world of pastry chefs, will I have a chance to find them? Probably I really should give it a try. Even if I fail, there's nothing to lose. We have absolutely nothing to our name except for the 9,998 gold. The emergence of this idea makes you excited. You have been repeatedly pondering it the whole night and fallen asleep until nearly dawn? Stirred bones. So when do we get to seductively shove an entire cake slice into Christopher's mouth? During the entrance exam, of course. Maybe all the men are pastries, they are hot because they were put into the oven. Oh no, there's already a pastry romancing game, haven't you heard, Gubbins? It's called Splendidest Otoge. Starting from today, let me take getting into St. Patrick's College as my goal. Oh, a sip? Thank you, Fang. I got some soda. Refreshed. The entrance exam of St. Patrick's College is scheduled in November. It is January now, which means that I have 10 months to prepare. Yeah. I need that in my life. I need to go romance a toasty. You can do it, Gubbins. So, we need to increase all of these stats, and, we, need this goal as well to unlock an S level, though I can't remember what the benefits are to unlocking an S level for the prologue. If you want a sim where you can date pastries, give me some time to make that cookie run dating sim. Do your best, sweets. I believe in you. Uh-huh. Oh, and here's a gameplay tip. Eating breakfast made by pet every morning will raise your attribute. That's not a typo. You can buy pets in this game, and they make you breakfast. And you can eat it, and it'll raise a couple of your stats. Yeah, it's that kind of game. You thought it was Christopher's Sprite, but it was actually a cake? No, it's been months! Currently you have no pet and are unable to unlock this function, but you can buy it in Mysterious Shop in the market at night. Yeah, Mysterious Night Market, let's go. What should I make today? Well, they recommend that we go out, so let's go out. Yeah. And over here we can take a look at all of the functions of the places. And every NPC has a hidden story to be triggered, but there's no benefit to that. Where do I go in the morning? I think that I want to raise our taste at the restaurant in the morning. Miss Asakusa, can I help you? Here to work, sir. You're a pretty girl. You'll make the restaurant more attractive. Look at this garbage. I heard that you'll apply for St. Patrick's College. Wish you success. I'll prepare a banquet for you at the restaurant if you succeed. Yeah, we got a whole 4 tastes. And as a reminder, we need 30 in total. And we got gold coins that we don't need. They're so hot, people make games for them. Yeah, we need skill, stamina, intelligence, and taste. Let's do some farm work. Sakura, here you come! I feel a little sleepy every afternoon. I'm going to take a nap. Okay, guess we'll do Eddie's job for him. Work is left to you, hee. You worked a whole afternoon till the sun sets. Yeah. And as you can see, there's some places that are only open at night. We're going to the market because we want to get a pet. Mystery shop. Who asked you to come here? I'll not sell my goods to strangers. Go away. What? You asked me how to become a non-stranger? Think about it yourself. How could I know? Hint. It's not even a hint. It's just a straight-up walkthrough. Oh no, we don't have the access to the red light district yet. What do you want to do at night? Yeah, I want to raise our stamina. A fitness? Okay. Thank you, Ham. Alright, I'm gonna do 5 on each arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Hi, Kinesis. Did someone say Cookie run dating sim? That's right. Talk to Sweets about that. Yeah, we got 5 stamina. That's more than we get at the barn. We have no pet. So let's just go out. Let's do the same thing. He says the same thing day after day. And let's increase our skill this time, actually. At the bakery! You come to Lara's bakery for help. Sakura, you come at the right time. I'm overloaded with work. Don't you feel warm when having the bread made by yourself? The baking room is hot. You're sweating profusely. Well done. Yeah. And now back to the night market. Mystery shop again? You're not a stranger as you once came here before. That's right, that's the riddle. Not everyone, but those who have the right answer to my question can buy what I sell. My question is, do you think the game is fun? It's fun! It's fun! Good, you really are smart. We're being extorted. Oh, gotta go. Bye, Handy Ham! Bye-bye! Have a good rest! You can have a look at my collection. And these are the pets. These are the pets that they were talking about. Well, guys, any questions? Hi, Bloomew. Oh, you wanted to have Blueberry? Sorry, I usually pick Basil since I find that his attributes were the most annoying to unleash. And I keep raising the stamina. There's our pet, making breakfast for us, as pets often do. Good morning, my dear master. Please remember me even when you go out. I'm waiting for you to come back home. Let's eat breakfast first. Have a taste of my cooking skill. You see? So, for breakfast, do we want one hot dog or one fried chicken leg? Nothing makes you as outgoing and charming as eating a chicken leg for breakfast. And hot dogs just make you look so pretty. Yandere Basil. Honestly, yeah. And you can just choose to skip breakfast. So I'm taking it that you guys would like an aesthetic hot dog. Eat it quickly. This is the sausage I made with the most fresh pork. Basil, where did you get that pig? Basil, you didn't steal it from the neighbors, did you? Basil. Aesthetic +1 and perseverance +1. We're doing it. See, you really like your breakfast. I also feel very happy. What should we make today? Of course we go out. Actually, since we have so much money we don't know what to do with it, let's head to the restaurant and eat something. 9,000! This is a really easy way to increase your stats. And honestly, we can afford it. Look. Look, we have so much gold but abysmal stats. I think I want the pasta. Can we order everything? No, only one item at a time. There we go. Wow, what a fancy dinner. It's my honor to serve you. Yep, and we need to increase our intelligence and skill as well. And for intelligence, we can go to the bookstore to increase int while losing gold, or we can go to the church to increase int while gaining gold. What should we do? That's right, we're going to the bookstore. Because look, the NPC is so cute. Is there a reason I missed that Basil is wearing modern clothes while everyone else is wearing fantasy medieval ones? Oh, that's easy. It's because this isn't a medieval fantasy. There are kingdoms and magic and castles and for some reason a dragon, but this isn't medieval. They have TVs and trains and electricity and stuff. They just choose to dress like this, I guess. Hello, how may I help you? Yeah. You rummage around on the bookshelves and finally choose a book. Yeah. Intelligence +6 and skills +3. We're doing great. And we still need some more intelligence, so I guess we can go to the church at night, see if we can rob them of anything. People's desire for love and recognition even exceeds their longing for food. I'm worried about how you're comparing those, Sister Terry. I take it all back. Daisy clearly has impeccable taste in clothes, and I'm glad Basil has fashion in a similar vein. Yeah, Daisy is so cute. Can we date Daisy? No, we gotta leave Daisy behind. Since you are free tonight, go and listen to the priest preach. Intelligence +3 and perseverance +1. Do voluntary work in the church and get an allowance as the reward. Gold coin +10. And we want to increase our stamina. Yeah. When you're practicing in the kitchen one morning, the Cindy from the monastery comes to you. Sakura, can you do me a favor? Can you help me make a birthday cake? Sure, whose birthday is it? It is... I get it. Is it the man who gave you roses as you mentioned last time? Oh, sister! It is. Yes? Come on, it makes me shy. Thanks anyway. With the words, she ran out of the kitchen for fear that you ask her about more details. I didn't expect shrewish girl like Mindy can even be shy. What's the feeling of fall in love? Sakura, you can't just call your coworkers shrewish. You begin to make the birthday cake. Generally, a birthday cake is a chiffon cake decorated with cream, fruits, and chocolate. Chiffon cakes feature a spongy and elastic taste as plant oil is used instead of animal oil, and the egg white is beaten separately. Which one of the following ingredients is not used to make a chiffon cake? Do you guys know? Well, can you guess what normally doesn't go into a cake? Tough question, huh? It's braining. Ah, my brain. Sugar, I love using cheese in my cake. Yeah, I would be pretty psyched if I got a cheesecake birthday cake. It's raining men. Sweets, are you okay? Unfortunately, I want to be smart, so we're going ahead with cheese. Right! Birthday cakes don't normally have cheese, but they should. Intelligence +1. Steps to make a chiffon cake. Separate the egg white from the yolk. Prepare the flour paste. Something? Mix the beaten egg white with flour paste and bake the mixture in an oven. What's the step in the blank? I've heard someone putting American cheese with white cake. Apparently it was weirdly pretty good. Oh, that sounds horrific. Everybody note that down. Freya wants cheesecake. Are you guys gonna make me a cheesecake? Sister Terry had that airheaded bimbo vibe to her. When can we marry? I think that Sister Terry is already taken. Hey, wait. What do we do in between preparing the flour paste and mixing the beaten egg white? What do we need to do with the egg white before we can mix it with the flour paste? That's right, we ferment it. Just kidding. Right. Intelligence +1. The chiffon cake is done. It seems good. I am sure the cake can express Cindy's love without Cindy having anything to do with how it was made. That's what the cheese is for, fermenting. Oh, I hate that. Good morning, my dear master. Each pastry baby has its own secret. Do you want to know mine? Oh yeah, these pets over here that are human-shaped and make you breakfast, they're called pastry babies. I hate this. I hate this as well, Fang, don't worry. Let's eat breakfast first. Have a taste of my cooking skill. I'll show you the fried chicken leg this time. This is a chicken leg representing my love. There we go. We ate it bone and all. Bone! Okay, set off with full energy. Leg so hot, hot hot leg. Leg so hot you fry an egg. That's poetry, Fang. Where should we go this morning? I want to increase our intelligence some more. Let's head to the church. Besides poverty and hunger, loneliness and indifference are among the biggest problems in the world. Intelligence +3. Do voluntary work and +10. The residents on the West Island are used to praying in the church in the morning. After doing the voluntary work in the church, you have a gossip with others about the news on the island. Isn't this Sakura? Hello, Lara. Work in the bakery must keep you busy in the morning. I seldom see you come to the church in the morning. Yes, I've been upset recently, so I come to God for a peaceful mind. I still have something to do. I'm leaving. Come and help in the bakery when you are free. Lara seems to have something on her mind. Ooh. Yeah, let's help out Lara. Because we're neighbors. Half the quality of the bread is determined at the moment when the dough is made. So, don't belittle preparation of the dough. The dough is kind of the entire bread, Lara. I like that they feel the need to distinguish the monologue. And you know what? Let's go to the night market again. As I'm going to wind up the business, I'll sell it at a cheaper price. Yeah. You see what I mean about just having way more gold than you need? Let's get all of the flour we'll need. Go to bed. Yeah. Good morning, my dear master. You look great today. Did you have a nice dream last night? Let's eat breakfast first. Have a taste of my cooking skill. Buy a country's amount of flour, yeah. We'll need it for our boy romancing. I still want some int. Actually, I can't remember what the lakeside does. Stamina up? Sure, why not? Wow, it's beautiful. I like walking by the lake afternoon. The sunshine is warm. I'll lie on the grass for a while. There seems to be someone over there. Oh? I said I don't want to go home. Lena, you put me into an awkward situation. Huh. I won't go back anyway. Go back yourself if you want to. Lena, why are you increasingly self-willed? Lena, why are you increasingly self-willed? You know you're different from who you were before. Lena, where are you going? There they go. The two guys. What are they doing? There is a lazy atmosphere by the lake afternoon. You feel relaxed and fall into a trance, just ignoring what happened back there. The sunset glow is beautiful. Stamina plus 5! Hi, ENVtuber! Thank you for following! Or actually, since we're already friends, hi Nico! Welcome! We're playing Pastry Lovers. It's a little dark by the lake at night, but the stars in the sky make it feel fearless. Welcome! Over here we're loving pastries. The priest says humans will have immortal souls after death. Some say the souls will change into stars. Is that true? Stamina plus 5. It's quiet by the lake at night. You're thinking about something while walking. A man's sigh interrupts your meditation. You look into the direction where the voice comes from. This is one of the love interests. He's an adult man. You are 16. Excuse me, are you Christopher DM? Oh my god, thank you, Ballsy! Thank you so much for the gifted sub! Thank you! Are you Asakusa? Sorry, I forgot to ask you about your name. I just remembered your surname. My name is Asakusa Sakura. Sakura is a nice name. By the way, I am pronouncing it this way on purpose. Because do you see the quality of the translation here? It deserves it. Thanks. You haven't left? I thought you'd just stay on the West Island for a short time. I planned to go, but was delayed by something. I didn't expect it's so beautiful here at night. That's unexpected luck. Campaign didn't go well, Chris. Yes, I heard that people in big cities can't see such pure starry sky. I like walking by the lake at night. It's better than being alone. Alone? I'm an orphan. I grew up in a monastery where there are no kids of my age, so I often stay alone. Sorry, I didn't mean to ask you about that. It doesn't matter. I've been used to that. I just don't want to stay in the room occasionally. The room. The one room. One doesn't want to stay at home because of loneliness. So, Lena, Christopher DM seems to sink in thought or know something. Seeing him lost in thought, you decide? What do we do? I actually can't remember which is the correct option if we want to romance him. I mean, if you guys want to romance a teacher who's, I guess old enough to be your dad, I mean, I am definitely not judging. You guys saw me when I was at the, villainous otome game. Hi, I'm an orphan! It seems like he's having a moment, so maybe I'll just wait for him. Oh, increased his favorability. Ah, I'm sorry for a distraction. Oh, no, wait, he said detraction. It doesn't matter. Christopher DM. The priest said you're a teacher of St. Patrick's College. Can you tell me something about the college? I always wonder what the famous college is like. Oh, you're interested in St. Patrick's College? Yes, I want to apply for the college. You are talented, but it will be a pity if you don't actually work for it. I am flattered. Honestly speaking, I'm not certain whether I can pass the entrance exam. Just work for it. You must take the first step anyway. Thanks for your encouragement. And hey, at least the entrance exam, in this world presumably doesn't cost money to take. Unlike this world! I was amazed by the priest's words that day. I didn't expect you can be a teacher of St. Patrick's College at such a young age. That happened by chance. I really wonder what St. Patrick's College is like. You'll know that when becoming a student of the college. I hope I can be admitted. Christopher DM, it's late. I must go home. Do you need me to send you back? Yeah, let's try to increase everybody's favorability before we decide. Oh, social +1. Yeah, we're a nice and social girl. And now we've reached our stamina goal, so let's work on a new formula. The formula that is available for me to study is Mysterious Notebook. You take out the Mysterious Notebook carefully. This notebook records the ideas and experiences on making all kinds of pastries. It appears to be a pastry chef's lifelong passion. For those just tuning in, this notebook is a book that was left with us in our swaddling clothes when we were dropped off at the front door of the orphanage. What kind of person is the owner of this notebook? When can I fully understand these valuable skills? I'd better start practicing according to the formula. Luckily, there are some basic food materials left in the kitchen, where I even have no materials for practice. Practicing formula on the recipe needs to consume 10 bags of flour. You hold the thick notebook, turn to one of the pages, and study it carefully. A few hours later... Ah, so tired. Skill, +3. The unlocking degree of the Mysterious Notebook, current unlock, 25%. So we'll need to study the notebook 4 times to unlock a recipe. Let me call it a day today. Yeah. Before I know it, it's already summer. It's only been 10 days. Preparation for the entrance exam is halfway. The exam is increasingly closer. What is St. Patrick's College like? I must go and look. God's eye view. Child. Oh, and also, this is why I knew the word child before. It's something like a young lord of sorts. It's a title. And that's why it has an E in it, because it's all fancy and stuff. I finally found 2 people who are willing to join our society. Nobody in? Where is he? There is he! Go to heck! There he is! Child, I'm late. Are you okay? It's easy to cope with such guys. To Cope. Translation is great. But it's annoying to be bothered by the flies all day long. Child, it would be better for you to stay at the college and avoid going out. Hand the matters to us. I know that. Deal with the things left here. I see. Anyway, day 6. Oh, we're not even 10 days in. Good morning, my dear master. Nico, look at this. This is our pet. His name is Basil, and his species is pastry baby. He makes us breakfast in the morning. Please remember me, even when you go out. I'm waiting for you to come back home. Let's eat breakfast first, have a taste of my cooking skill. That's right, and the breakfast that our pet pastry baby makes for us increases our stats. This chicken leg represents his love. Set off with full energy. Why did we do this? Alright, I know that our stamina is good, but how are our other stats looking? Alright, we are still super dumb. Let's work on that, maybe. Hello, can I help you? Daisy is so cute. Alright, and now we have enough intelligence. Now we just gotta work on our skill and our taste. Our skill we're going to raise naturally through learning how to cook, and our taste we will raise tomorrow. But first, let's buy more flour at the market. Yeah. Back at the monastery's room, we want to work on the new formula again. The mysterious notebook. Practice. You hold the thick notebook, turn to one of the pages, and study it carefully. A few hours later. So tired. Skill +3. Now we're at 50%. Let me call it a day today. I don't know what she does with those leftover pastries made out of 10 actual bags of flour, but we're not gonna question it. Weenom, are you implying that Sakura here eats them all? Sakura, that's not good for you. Alright, taste. Right, we just gotta keep working at the restaurant until our taste goes all the way up. God, I hate this guy. Trying different kinds of food is the best way to improve the sense of taste. Want to know why Rhyme's restaurant is so popular? Why are you referring to yourself in third person? Haha, that's because it's named after me. Does a 10-pound bag of flour make a really big biscuit? Okay, please change your work clothes in the locker room. The guests over there will check. I'll go and handle it. How's our taste? Alright, our taste is also up to snuff. Can't you eat to increase taste? Yeah, we can, but I prefer to work. Yeah. We did it! Alright, just need one more studying of the notebook. There's the annual summer fireworks show today. Will I make some pastries and sell them at the show? But I forgot to rent a booth. Will there be any vacant booth tonight? There's a knock at the door. Oh, go to open the door? Sakura, it's me. Hello, Madam Sarah. There is fireworks show tonight. I'll not go to the booth in the daytime. I come over to tell you about it, as I'm afraid you can't find me later to buy ingredients. Thanks for coming over to tell me about that. Don't mention it. Do you plan to make some pastries and sell at the show? I want to, but I forgot to rent a booth. I'm not sure whether I can rent one now. You can sell the pastries on my booth. I'll help you sell them. Everyone here is so good, except for Rhymes. Wow, that's great! Thanks, Madam Sarah. That's all right. See you tonight. Okay, see you tonight. Since I'll sell pastries at the show, I'd better make them in a hurry. What kind of pastries shall I make? Cherry cream cakes, because tiger rolls are too simple this time. Ah. I forgot that there's this deadline to finish studying the mysterious notebook to unlock those. Ah well. Tiger skin cake rolls and sell them. This is fine. Wow, it's noisy in here. Frey, your kind old lady voice is on point. Thank you, Nico. Sakura, here you come. I keep a booth for you. It's because I'm surrounded by kind old ladies. Sakura, you made cakes again? Great, I want some. Haha, it's me. Thanks, Sister Terry. Why am I here? Sisters need relaxing occasionally. Eaters think the tiger rolls taste good, and several of the cake rolls have been sold. Gold coins plus 10. What amount of the profit is she gonna demand from us, though? With the booth of Madame Sarah, your business is even better. Soon all the cakes are sold out. Gold coins plus 20. Wow, we don't need these. The fireworks show will begin soon. Hand it to me. Go and play. Aw, thanks, Granny. Thanks for your help. It's strange that every time when I see you, I feel like seeing my own kid. There is favorability. Achievement Sarah's recognition. Ha! Time to watch the fireworks by the lake. Fireworks show is still so wonderful. Although I watch it every year, I won't feel it's boring no matter how many times I watch it. I'm sorry, Ballsy. The sister belongs to God. Intoxicated in the beautiful scenery, you seem to forget where you are, and you fall into a lake and die. Daisy, the girl from the bookstore, comes over before you know it. Daisy! Fireworks is easily cold and gone soon. Why do people like such stuff? Although it's gone soon, the show is still spectacular. Isn't the beauty worth loving? But the more beautiful it is, the sadder we'll feel when it's gone, right? Daisy is very sad. It seems Daisy wants to indicate something. Seeing her serious expression, what do you decide to say? It's precious because it's transient. Nothing can last long. We keep in mind the beauty of fireworks perhaps because it's transient. Yeah, a lot like cherry blossoms. Don't you think the people and things that accompany us every day are equally worth cherishing? But I realized it too late. Finishing her words, Daisy lowers her head, turns around, and leaves silently. Did I say something wrong? Forget it. Maybe Daisy has something on her mind. The fireworks show lasts for a long time. We stand by the lake till it's late into the night. Hi, Han! Welcome! We're playing Pastry Lovers. And that cute girl back there, Daisy, is not a love interest. Han, look at our pet. Good morning, my dear master. His species is Pastry, baby. I really can't say that enough. This is our humanoid pet, whose species is Pastry, baby, and he makes us breakfast. Have a taste of my cooking skill. This chicken leg represents his love, and it increases our sociality and our charm, as chicken legs for breakfast do. What should we do today? Yeah. Let's visit Daisy just because. Can I help you? Yeah, you buy a cup of coffee, sit down in the rest area of the bookstore, and read the book. Wow, this isn't a library, Sakura. You feel like gaining something as the morning passes by. I love you, Daisy. Although it's noisy, you're immersed in the sea of knowledge. I know I get more charming when I eat cold leftover Domino's chicken legs for breakfast. Right? The bookstore will launch a sales promotion tonight. All books will be sold at a 10% discount. Do you want to buy books? Nah, I'm just gonna look. Coffee will make you awake at night. You buy a glass of juice and sit down in a quiet corner. Isn't that responsible? Clear-headed at night, you find the perfect date soon. So which hot stud are we trying to mac on this time? So far we've only met one. The others are coming after this, since this is basically the prologue. And this is the mysterious notebook that our parents left for us. Yeah, we fully unlocked the mysterious notebook. Unlock new formula. You can check it in menu formula from now on. Let me call it a day. Though we're a bit late for that. Why do pastry babies exist? So you really like your breakfast? I also feel very happy. Daisy! We can't date our pastry baby, right? No, we can't. Thank goodness. And now we have no choice but stamina. Alright. Setting off with full energy. I could have sworn that you, increased your reputation with Daisy by visiting her repeatedly, but maybe I'm misremembering? Usually stalking somebody is enough to make them like you. Though not gonna lie, I wish I could have fried chicken for breakfast every morning. You can if you have a pastry baby. And today, after 10 days, is November 1st. That's right, it's been a whole 6 months. The day of the entrance exam finally arrives. I've prepared for so long. The exam finally arrives. I feel nervous, yet look forward to. Would you like to review theoretical pastry knowledge with me? It's helpful to your exam. Yeah, please teach us, my pet. Wow, NaNoWriMo time. The first question, who is the earliest to make bread? Do you guys know? Who were the earliest to make bread? Something very important for when you're applying for culinary school. Honestly, I can't remember either, but I think it was the Egyptians. Correct answer! The second question, what kind of cake is made by ancient Romans the earliest? Fruit cake, cheesecake, or mousse cake? I think that fruits would be the simplest since you wouldn't need to prepare them exactly. Wrong answer, it should be cheesecake. Oh wow, really? Third question, croissant is the product combined by which two types of pastry? It's definitely not pie, right? And I think that heavy oil is not a type of pastry, so I'm gonna guess shortening. Correct answer. The fourth question, croissant is also known as crescent bread, yeah, because it's shaped like a crescent. The fifth question, which of the following cakes is baking-free cake? I think a mousse, because you have to chill that, right? Correct answer! Exclamation point. Period. Are you sure we're playing pastry lovers? Isn't this Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The sixth question. The characteristic of angel cake is... I don't know. What's pastry cake? What's angel cake? Okay. Oh boy, the delay between this stream and me is kind of making it difficult to ask you guys whenever I'm having trouble with the question, huh? Oil, I think? Oil. Correct! Thank you, Han! Ooh, so angel cake is oilless. The seventh question. The name of Black Forest cake comes from... It's the chocolate, right? Wrong answer. It should be place name. Oh, the toponym. The eighth question. What does tiramisu mean in Italian? It's definitely not I love you because, that's... I forgot how to say I love you in Italian. Can you guys, remind me what it was? Can you guys remind me of what was I love you in Italian? Amore in it, I think. I amore you too! Oh, and hi Milkshots Moo, welcome! We're playing pastry lovers. This thing over here is not a lover, this is a pastry baby. That's, our pet. And makes us breakfast in the morning. And is now quizzing us about pastries. Anyway, take me away. Correct answer! The exam site of the West Island is located in Senior Secondary Vocational School. Although it's not very far, I'd better set off early. Now, Chapter 2, the entrance test. Hi everyone, welcome to the entrance exam site of St. Patrick's College. I'm the invigilator of this year, Lucy. You can call me Miss Lucy. Letting your pastry baby challenge your pastry knowledge. Yeah. Again, I am the master and he is the pet. The entrance exam is divided into two parts. The first part is theoretical knowledge assessment. The second part is practical operation. God, I would drop out of cooking school if they made me learn Italian. Here is theoretical knowledge assessment. It lasts for an hour. Don't be nervous. Read carefully before you answer the questions. Okay, the exam begins. Please answer the question before the countdown. Yeah, let's go. Croissant is the product of which two? Correct answer! Wow, we get feedback right as we go through this, huh? Second question, which of the following cakes is baking free? Mousse cake. Who was the first to make bread? Characteristic of angel cake is no oil? What does tiramisu mean? Pick me up. You see, the translation's not even consistent. That's why this was 49 cents. Oh, which of the above pictures is double-colored checkerboard cake? Hi, Tuxedoji! Welcome! We're just in the middle of our entrance exam for culinary school. Despite the math posters up there. Yeah. You answered 6 questions correctly in Oto. Wow, a 50% is minimum, huh? Low standards for this supposedly high-class culinary school. Everyone, theoretical knowledge exam is over. You can take a break and get ready for the next practical operation. You follow the others out of the exam room and come to the hallway to get some air. So what happens if you fail the entrance exam? The game ends! Without even meeting 3 out of 4 of the love interests. While thinking back those questions just now, you guess what the next practical operation will be. Suddenly, a familiar figure appears in the hallway. Wearing a classical-style coat with blue-black Starry Night-like straight hair, tied with simple hairband and hanging on his shoulders. Indifferent expression in his eyes, with a touch of elegance, which is in stark contrast to laughing and lively students around him. Eh, Mr. Christopher? I like his color scheme. Yeah, so do I. I think that all of the sprites here are probably from free use sites though, since I recognize a couple of them. Yeah, that's the grade you get, F. Miss Sasakusa, we meet again. Shouldn't schools reject you if you score too well, not well enough? After all, they're meant to teach you, and you obviously need teaching. Mr. Christopher, why are you here? So, quite surprised. Could it be... Well, I'm the invigilator of this exam room. I have no idea what invigilator means. I'm be in charge of practical operation later. Mr. Christopher turns out to be one of the invigilators. That's surprising. As a matter of fact, he and I can be considered as acquaintance. Should I ask him about the exam later? No cheating! It seems you have had already plans in your mind. You should make full preparation during this period of time, I think. While confidence is also very important. I'm looking forward to your performance in the exam later. Don't cheat, guard people. I need to prepare a little bit. See you later. Ooh! Suddenly ran into Mr. Christopher. It kinda scares me. Mr. Christopher, he seems very gentle. Invigilator is someone who watches examination candidates to prevent cheating. Oh wow, that's a really long word for a proctor. That sounds like something a Dark Souls boss would be named. I'm going to sleep. Have a nice day or night, everybody. Good night, Blue Mew. Sleep tight. Well, soon the practical operation exam begins. All examinees, now let me announce the subject of practical operation. The exam subject this time is chiffon cake. As soon as Christopher DM finished the words, the examinees begin to whisper. It's chiffon cake. This is too simple, you fools. This is to show your basics. Show how much you've drilled this into you. Respect the basics or you can't appreciate the advanced. Yes, indeed, such a basic cake. I thought the entrance exam of St. Patrick's College will be very difficult. Chiffon cake is a very basic style, so it's hard to test the level of the maker. Do you all think so? Fools. It's like how when you go to a new, like sushi restaurant, you need to ask for the fried egg. This classmate, tell me about your opinion. Suddenly mentioned by name, it makes you a little dumbfounded. To be honest, this subject also surprises you. You weren't mentioned by name, you were just called this classmate. You think for a moment and answer. It's seemingly basic, but tests one's skill, or smart. That makes sense. I hope all of you take this seemingly simple subject seriously. Oh! Christopher DM oh! I didn't mean to skip that. Oh. What happened? Anyway, chiffon cake? Right choice! No cheese in this cake. Anyway, clearly we bake it first. Oh. Open egg. Cutthroat Kitchen Pastry Edition. Starring Freya. The sabotage is, you don't even know what you're making today. Oh god. Oh god, I glitched it out. Oh. You see what I mean about the quality of this game? I broke it. Well, let's start from the beginning, everybody. Alright. Is this Renpai at least? No. It's not. Man, I don't know what they're using, but it doesn't even save your window preferences. You see, it doesn't even save any of your preferences. I turned the music down to about this and the sound to about this. Freya was too strong and broke the game. Yeah. And look, it doesn't even autosave. This is exactly what I think it'd be like to make pastry in real life. Yeah. Wow, let's start and skip this time. I went and tried to make the Dark Souls meme real, but surprisingly there's no easy template and I don't want to download a font. That's definitely fair. No Dark Souls Invigilator here. That's right, we're starting over from the start. When you bake your mystery pastry 5 times, then rewind your time loop. Those darn time loops. Wait, go back. Browsing takes coins? It sure does, because you're not rude. Because when you browse and choose a book to just skim over, you still pay for it. But it's a cheap book this time, I guess? Yeah, this is a fun game, alright. Anyway, we picked basil last time. Would you guys like caramel this time? It doesn't really matter, I think. But I'm planning on buying all of them anyway. When they're available. Look at these. This is a pet shop. This is a night market pet shop. It's only open at night to people who the old crone in charge already knows. Caramel looks cute. Yeah, she does. God, look at them. It's only conceptually horrifying. Alright, so we want to go with caramel this time? Yeah, S-level pet caramel. All 4 of them look like different genres of anime. No, they're all different fairy companions. I made some breakfast, Master. What would you like to eat? Some vegetable salad to make you smarter and increase your stamina? Or some chicken rolls to increase your skill and improve your taste? I mean, my friends always do tell me I need to get better taste. It's very delicious. She looks like she's crying, it's so shiny. Great! Alright, I just need one more book from the bookstore. And then let's increase our skill at the bakery. And get a bunch more flour. That's a taco. It sure is. Alright, and Cindy wants us to make a birthday cake. Cheese is not used for a chiffon cake. I need to beat the egg white. I made breakfast, Master. Well, last time we had the chicken roll, so let's have the salad today. Okay, please enjoy. We just bit into it like that. Master, come back early in the evening. We will not. And our skill has reached the level that we want. So now we want to increase our stamina and our taste. Stamina and taste. Well, we definitely want to increase our taste. And can never have too much skill, right? Lakeside for stamina. upon new formula. Now we just need one more. Hey, good morning. Did you sleep well? Actually, each pastry baby has just a little magic, just with different abilities. I need some breakfast. Master, what would you like to eat? Let's have your chicken roll again. It is very delicious. Great! And the restaurant is the only place to increase taste, no matter how much I hate this guy. And now our last time with the notebook. Oh, but... yeah, and Nico, you weren't here for this, right? This guy is also not a love interest. Child! I finally find two people who are willing to join our society. Nobody in? Where is he? Go to heck. This guy is a love interest. He's actually my favorite, though I think that his route was really sloppy and felt like it belonged in another game. Rhymes look like a bad Gajinka of Colton Animal Crossing. Don't you do Colton dirty like this. Oh, no fair, I want the purple. Yeah, right? His name is Yosuke and he's nice. Figures you'd like the one named Child? Oh, no, Child isn't a name, it's a title. It's some sort of really old title for a, young lord? A young minor lord? And he's a delinquent. Alright, we've got plenty of taste now, so now we can increase stamina. Day 7, everybody! Alright, and here we see Christopher and Lena having their little sibling spat. And chatting with Christopher, who learns that his little sister is lonely. Yeah. Alright, and this time we unlock the recipe in time for the fireworks festival. Luckily, I learned a new recipe. I'll make some cream cakes with cherries and sell them. Cherry cakes plus 10. Wow, it's so noisy here. All the booths are occupied. It seems I have to sell the cakes in a corner. Sakura, you make it. Ah, it's because we hadn't befriended the old lady, right? Ah. Cherry cakes are highly praised by eaters, but we still got the same number of gold coins. As your cake is placed in a corner, it attracts few people. It's late, you have to pack up. Time to watch the fireworks. Daisy, my beloved. Daisy, my beloved. Why not get some extra flour? Sakura, you've been busy recently? I couldn't find you several times. Actually, I missed the pastries you make. Oh, but Eddie, you just saw us yesterday. Get many ingredients after a busy day on the farm. Sakura, here you come. Don't you think it's interesting to help on the farm? I like dealing with the crops in the field. The vegetables, fruits, and grains I plant are great. Is Eddie dateable? No. Actually, I think that he's maybe a bit younger than you. Eddie. The vegetables have grown fast recently. The tomatoes and corn are ripe. Farm, we gin no Saji now? Silver Spoon is a good manga. Sakura, help me pick the tomatoes and corn. You get many ingredients after a busy day on the farm. Sakura, you've come to the farm many times. I'd like to ask you a question. Do you think kids shall be obedient? Well, shall kids think independently? Shall kids be obedient? Fight the power! Great! I know you'll speak like this. Not all that adults say is right. Yeah, this is what makes me think that Eddie is maybe too young for us. Every time I disagree with my father, he will get angry and even hit me rather than reason with me. I hate that. Ah. Thanks, Eddie! Well, Church, the opposite of love is not hatred, but indifference. Today's voluntary service is to help cook meals distributed to poor for free. They will appreciate your efforts. So how old are we supposed to be again? Right now, Sakura is 16. Though I think that this game takes place over, like, 3 or 4 years? I can't really tell how long the college portion lasts. I love you, Daisy. Old enough to adopt Eddie. Yeah. Taste is important. We gotta improve our taste. Might as well get some money while we do it. Blah blah rhymes. If you have time, do try the specialties at our restaurant. No. Alright, and now that it's been 10 days, it's November 1st. Master, let's brush up on relevant theoretical pastry knowledge recited a few days ago, okay? Absolutely not. Poor Caramel. First one, ancient Egyptians. Characteristic of angel cake. Tiramisu, pick me up inside. Alright. Christopher, do not cheat. Actually, I should save now, just in case it bugs out again. Can't pick me up inside, pick me! Alright, lemon juice, flour, egg, sugar, milk, salad oil. Yeah. And now you first open the egg, then beat the protein, yolk. Ah. Okay, so you gotta do the yolk batter first before you beat the protein. I got it. Batter first and then protein. Well, it's time to start that again. Can you believe this? Can you believe to learn? And all of our settings are reset again. Bleh. We didn't even start and he says incorrect, but that's okay. Yolk, beat, mix all. Correct order! Now we can proceed. The practical operation part of the exam is over. You've been working very hard. Everyone, the exam results will be announced a week later. If qualified, the letter of admission will be mailed to you. Whew, the exam finally finished. Ha ha! To prepare for the exam, my nerve had kept tight in the past few months. Now I am slack off, I suddenly feel tired. Walks into kitchen, that is not correct. I haven't walked in the street so leisurely for a long time. Hey, Sakura! Daisy, my beloved. Oh, it's Daisy. Eh? You take so many books? Let me help you. Hee hee, okay, thank you. Not a love interest, Daisy. My beloved. Right, there are some new books about baking arriving in the bookstore recently. They are all books with many color pages. I've especially left some for you. Don't forget, okay? Daisy, my beloved. Well, I've been busy lately. I'll go another day. Eh? I thought the exam was already finished. Are you still busy? Anyway, it's up to you. Just come when you're free. Oh, the shop assistant comes to help me. You could just send me here. See you later. Well, okay, bye-bye. After watching Daisy going far, you continue to walk along the river slowly. In fact, you just want to find a decent reason to refuse Daisy. But she is my beloved. Those books with color pages are all very expensive. You have 9,846 gold. You can afford it. Like, that is literally more gold than we need for the entire game. In order to practice, I've spent a lot of money these days. Not much savings left already. You have 9,000! Even if I'm admitted to St. Patrick's College this time, tuition fee and living expense are still problems for me. Alas, sometimes I feel so helpless and really envy the other children. I don't know what kind of people my biological parents are, and also don't know if they're alive. If they are still alive, I really want to ask them why they leave me alone here. After coming back alone, you are still a little unhappy. You wonder if you can be admitted for a moment, and then you're afraid that even if you do, you can't afford the cost. Full of sorrow and feeling lonely, your eyes unconsciously rest on that mysterious notebook. Sakura, what happened to you? You suddenly became so weak. Aren't you lucky? Instead of living on the streets, you were raised by the dean of this monastery, and the nuns and others are nice to you, and we've never seen the dean this entire game. Sakura, now it's not the time for self-pity. You have to cheer up. You are sure to become a real pastry chef. I mean, I think that she's already a real pastry chef. By encouraging yourself, your body is like being injected with energy again. Worries and sadness are fading away. It's like you just doped up. Now for the God's Eye view again. Come in, please. And this is also not a love interest. Too old for you as well. Mr. Headmaster, you want to see me? Well, I've seen the entrance exam summary. There are some questions I'd like to discuss with you. Okay, go ahead. Among the students eligible for admission this time, several ones have very good qualification. There is a student named Henry Ying. He seems to receive professional training before. His skills can compare with the chefs of those ordinary pastry shops already. There are a few students who have family inheritance. The conditions are superior. Mr. Headmaster, it seems you hold high expectations on this year's students. Haha! As the head of St. Patrick's College, I certainly hope every student graduated from here is excellent, thus the reputation of our college can be continued. Their reputation as a college for the people, with an exorbitantly high tuition. However, I also have some questions to ask you. What confused you? I'll answer you honestly, Mr. Headmaster. In the admission list proposed by you, the proportion of students from remote areas seems to be larger than ever. I want to know the reason for it. Mr. Headmaster, in the past, most of the students we recruited came from big cities. These students after graduation have certainly won many honors for our college. But in my opinion, the original purpose of the founding of St. Patrick's College is to promote the inheritance and promotion of high standard of pastry-making skill. Then we shouldn't ignore any corner of the kingdom. Those children in remote areas can get much fewer resources than their peers in big cities. I guess I should give them more opportunities. That's how to fight classism. Christopher DM is an ally. Why are you letting poor people in our college? Our college that was founded for poor people? Many of them may return to their hometown in the future and become local famous pastry chefs, and thus St. Patrick's College influence and fame can extend to wider areas. This is my personal ideas. I hope Mr. Headmaster can use it as reference. Ha ha ha, Mr. DM. Your thought just echoes my thoughts. I accept your proposal. But I also noticed another thing. There is a student named Sakura. She comes from the West Island. I've already seen her resume and exam result. Wow, we have a resume already. Although her qualification is not bad, currently she is average in performance. You gave her S level. It seems to be something of a misfit. Hey, we got a perfect 100% on both parts of the exam. Mr. Headmaster, I see what you mean. But I believe the student has great potential. Besides, she works really hard. This is a commendable virtue. I'm not questioning Mr. Christopher's insight. However, from the perspective of fairness, the student shall be treated equally. Mr. Headmaster, actually there is another reason to give Sakura an S level. Because she's the protagonist. Oh, what reason? Protagonitis. As far as I know, Sakura lives a tough life. Her economic conditions are quite difficult. I'm afraid that if she couldn't get a full scholarship this time, then she may give up at the entrance. Isn't it kind of a loss for the college if we give up such a talented student? I see. Well, such situation is really a headache. I'll consider it. Thank you. I won't disturb you then. Coming out from the headmaster's office, Christopher DM breathed a sigh of relief. She's the only student who brought 3,000 pounds of flour for their assignment. Yeah, you can never be too careful, Ballsy. A week later. Early in the morning, when you open the mailbox, a retro envelope is quietly lying in it. They still have mailboxes. I'm pretty sure any envelope is retro. Could it be the letter from St. Patrick's College? You open the envelope, trying to control your excitement. Click on the envelope. Look at how tiny this envelope is. Admission notice. Dear Sakura, congratulations on getting level S achievements in the entrance examination. Welcome to St. Patrick's College and open a new life. Is his name actually DM? I'm pretty sure that his last name is something like Danmu or something along those lines. So it got shortened to DM for this machine translation. Your grade reaches the S level, therefore, your tuition is remitted. Meanwhile, the school will deal out a summer bonus for you. Great! I've never expected I can get the S level. Have some confidence, girl. This time, not only can I go to St. Patrick's College, but also don't have to worry about the tuition fee. Hehe. Good for us. Sakura, you finally come. Everyone is waiting for you. Oh? Sakura, come and sit down. Everyone's here. Why is everyone here? Eddie told me in the afternoon that we'll meet at Rhymes this evening. What's going on? And why Rhymes? Dear Miss Sakura, have you forgotten already? We agreed before that when you are admitted by St. Patrick's College, I'll hold a celebration party for you here. However, it is more like a farewell party, because you'll soon leave the West Island to the capital. How about it, Sakura? Surprised, huh? Oh, Eddie, you're such a good boy. I didn't expect that you guys really hold me such a wonderful party. I really don't know what to say. Sorry I'm late. What did I miss? Daisy, my beloved. Sakura, congratulations! You are admitted to the college you've dreamed of. I'm so happy for you. Sakura, my sister, to be honest, I really don't want to part with you. Oh yeah, and sister is not literal. This is kind of a cultural thing. One-san! After you're graduated from St. Patrick's College in the future, will you come back and live in the West Island? Aww, of course we'll come back, right? We're going to lie to this child, because instead we're going to live with our beau. Of course I'll come back, Eddie. Everyone, don't just talk. The restaurant specially prepares a hearty dinner tonight. Please make yourself at home and enjoy. Hehe, thanks to Sakura, we can have so much delicacies today. I'll enjoy. Accompanied by happy laughers and cheerful voices. Everyone enjoys the feast of land and sea, specially made by Rhymes's. Fresh sea breeze blows over the West Island at night. Everything is so enjoyable. In fact, I also have a gift for you, my sister. However, my gift seems quite common. I hope you don't mind. Eddie will cherish it. Ah, we'll treasure it forever. How could I dislike it? This is exactly what I need. Thank you, Eddie. That night, Rhymes was full of laughter and happiness. Many years later, you still remember that night. The night when you were about to leave the West Island. After coming back all alone, you are still a little unhappy. All this, together with your memory of childhood and attachment to your hometown. And now here we go. We're going to be visiting all of these islands. After a day's bumpy journey on the sea, you finally arrived at the capital located in the main island of the Carsland Kingdom. The prosperity of the capital is really eye-opening. As you grew up in the West Island, you've never seen such dense buildings and people. Oh yeah. Oh, but Sakura, you're the most dense out of all the people. Skimming over the surface of the city at a hurried pace, you have no time to stop and appreciate its magnificent landscape. Carefully, but rush to St. Patrick's College for registration. Yeah, Chapter 3, Enter College! Located in the southwest suburb of beautiful scenery, the months of St. Patrick's College have a vintage style. It's like an exquisite castle, with a feeling of classicism and romance, and classism. I really come to the pastry college that I've dreamed of. Am I in a dream? Here's more beautiful than I imagined. The buildings in the campus and the garden, they are all like works of art. Narrator-chan casually throwing shade against an entire populace. I can spend 3 years here and learn top pastry making skill. I'm so happy. Oh, okay, so this game takes place over 4 years. Excuse me, are you Sakura? Baby, my beloved. Yes, and you? My name is Wei Bebe. The teacher in charge of dormitory management lets me pick you up. I'm your roommate. Really? You are my roommate? Hi, Miss Wei. Nice to meet you. Hehe, Bebe is okay. Bebe. I arrived here a week earlier. I've been a bit familiar with here already. Maybe I can show you around? Good, thank you very much, Bebe. You're welcome. We will live in the same dormitory for 3 years. Let's go. Hehe. Look at how cute she is. You just know she's the shy girl character. Oh, I love those pigtails. Baby bay. Baby bay, bay, baby bay. Here's the canteen supplying breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Even the student canteen is vintage and gorgeous decoration style. I'm starting to think that the translators don't know what the word vintage means. When I came here for the first time, I was shocked too. Such a feeling of luxury. And because the college not only sets pastry making specialty, but also has cuisine specialty, some of the senior students work part-time here. Telling you secretly, the food here tastes great. This is a culinary school, so I certainly would hope so. Suddenly, I feel a little hungry. What's going on? Ha ha ha. Here's a convenience store. In addition to articles for daily use, you can also buy all kinds of scarce raw materials for pastry making. Yeah, raw materials such as this diet box down here at the back. The store owner seems very capable. I heard he can get something awesome. Sakura, come here! Here's my favorite place, isn't it beautiful? Ah, but I see something even more beautiful. Wow, what a big glass house! It's awesome, right? Here's the college's greenhouse. Many precious flowers as well as expensive food materials are cultivated here, like paprika. Love getting my raw materials at 7-Eleven. Let's have a look at it inside. I mean, don't underestimate Asian 7-Elevens. So sweet here, so many plants. I don't know them. It's the first time for me to see these stuff. I'm telling you, a lot of varieties here cannot be found outside. They are very rare. Every time I come here, I'm reluctant to leave. Such a bumpkin. You see nothing of life. Ah, and another reason that I'm pretty sure that these are royalty-free sprites. You see this antagonist character over here? just a second while I pull something up.
Let's see, it's around here somewhere. What was the title?
Ah, here it is. Let's see, there's gotta be a good screen cap of this somewhere. I'll straight up Google the original title then. What? This got remastered? Oh my god! That's super unexpected considering everything about it. Give me just a moment. Dragging this in. Another one of the studio's game is titled In the Name of Sin. It's also an otome game, but focuses primarily on the mystery aspect. Does this look familiar? New Freya stream confirmed live. Oh, did I drop out for a second? Anyway, this is just a bit. Oh geez, my Streamlabs doesn't show anything like that. Anyway, does the protagonist of In the Name of Sin look familiar at all? Yeah, these are definitely free sprites, huh? By the way, I also got this game for sale for 49 cents, but it doesn't have that certain je ne sais quoi that Pastry Lovers does. So I'm not sure if I would recommend it. I mean, it has some good ideas in there. It's very clearly inspired by games like Zero Escape, and just the delivery is mixed. Next week on Freya Video Game Investigations. Maybe. I mean, maybe I would stream it if you guys would want. Anyway. Yes, indeed. Look at her dress. So shabby. I wonder which village she is from. Held up Fire Emblem, how could you do this to us? When has the college started to recruit poor students? It really lowers our level, she says, not knowing that that's why the college was founded. Oh, thank you for trusting my taste, Bad Luck Kun. But are you sure that you should trust my taste? Facing such humiliation and provocation all of a sudden, how would you deal with? Yeah, the best shot is just to ignore them. Bebe, it's too noisy in here. Don't argue with such uncultivated people. Let's go somewhere else. Yeah, Zero Escape is a hard game to follow in the footsteps of. It really is. Social, +1. You talk about cultivation with us? Oh, when we studied noble etiquette, I wonder which slum you were in. While you were studying noble etiquette, I was studying the blade. Exactly. I don't know how you people are admitted to this noble college. Sally, Morin, don't you two think it's boring to argue with such poor guys? Oh man, this bully is really my taste though. Look at her. I don't want to waste my time. You don't go, I'll go. Facing these three arrogant faces, a kind of anger rises from your heart. However, growing up in a simple environment, you don't have much experience to argue with others. Suddenly you don't know how to talk back, even though you did just now. Bebe holds you tightly with an air of fear of getting into trouble. Bebe, my beloved. At this time you are angry and stuffy, just standing there. Bebe pulls you out of the greenhouse. This is a real fun time, but I'm have to bounce. And by bounce I mean fall dead asleep. Good night, Nico. Sweet dreams. Be back another time. Looking forward to it. I prefer bullies who have more personal reasons to look down at you. Classism just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah. Like, at least get mad at us for stealing your man. No, we are not going to be stealing anybody's man. That's not going to be a subplot here. Oh, well, wait. Okay, it's going to be a subplot in one of the routes, but she's a real good sport about it. Also, for a reminder to save your game. Thank you! Baby, why did you say nothing and pull me out? They said something like that. Don't you feel angry? Of course I'm angry, but there's no use of being angry. Sakura, do you know who they are? The girl in the middle is Sally, old eldest daughter of Holy Light Animal Husbandry. Why won't the silver-haired one look down on me in scorn and refuse to step on me? I mean, I'm sure she would if you asked. Her family controls 40% of the kingdom's ranches and dairy enterprises. Freya confirmed non-cooker. I mean, it depends. And that girl called Morin. Her father is a ranchero. I heard that her family has dozens of manors, let alone other estates. That cold girl with white hair? Her name is Serena. She has a really awesome family background. She is the heiress of Brookside Catering Group, and her family is one of the sponsors of this college. These people are either rich or noble. It would be better not to mess with them. What Bebe said makes you confused. Although you come from a poor family, in such a simple place like the West Island, there is no obvious distinction between people. The noble, the rich, they are just a vague concept in your heart. What Bebe said couldn't convince you. After a few moments' consideration, you said to Bebe, after entering the college, we're all students, Bebe. Or no, we're all equal regardless. All men are created equal, Bebe. Sakura, my family is just an ordinary family in the urban area. My father is a chef working for a hotel. I tried so hard to get into this college. My family almost spent all savings in order to pay my tuition. My parents have staked all their hopes on me, hoping that I can bring honor to the family after graduation. So I definitely can't make any mistakes. Those rich young ladies can let civilians like me suffer just by moving their fingers, so I dare not to offend them. I was just mocked and scorned by them. In addition to this, they did nothing to me. And what they said is actually true. I am the poor seeing little of the world. Baby, don't degrade yourself like that. The fact that you are poor in material doesn't mean you are low and degrading in spirit. Yeah, just because you're poor in material doesn't mean that you're not rich in waifu material, baby. I'm late, but not orare. Look at me. I'm an orphan, my financial situation is not as good as yours, but I've never felt inferior to anyone. Alas, Sakura, you think too simple. Come on, don't talk about this again. Let's go back to the dormitory. Although Bebe said she didn't mind being mocked, but she didn't look very good. You take what happened just now to heart too. On the way back to the dormitory, Bebe and you are silent. It's not until you two arrive at the dormitory you two distract attention. Fresh and delicate dormitory brightens your eyes. You've never lived in such a luxury room, which is just an ordinary dormitory of the college. Are you guys seeing this? This is a college for the people, and this is what the dorm rooms look like. Look, she has a painting. She has a fancy vase with fresh flowers in it. The room comes with a chair. It comes with curtains and a chair, and not to mention the bed. Look at this. Can you believe this? I wish I went to this college, so do I. You've never lived in such a luxury room, which is just an ordinary dormitory of the college. The shock brought to you due to the episode in the garden has not yet subsided. At the moment, luxury dormitory makes you aware of the gap between the rich and the poor more clearly in this world. Right, Ballsy? Look, it has a canopy! But you are a young girl, after all, who doesn't love beautiful things. This unpleasant incident was soon behind you, and remember that this room is big enough to have 2 of these beds, because you have a roommate. You have 2 of these beds. Wait, unless you and Bebe share the bed? Oh. Everyone, welcome to attend the opening ceremony of St. Patrick's College this semester. First of all, I'd like to congratulate new classmates present. You stand out from so many competitors, which proves your strength. This isn't just a college teaching culinary studies, it also teaches the class struggle. Symphogear room arrangements clearly. My college bed was a wooden slab drilled to the floor. Oh no. I welcome you to come here on behalf of the college. I wish you spend happy and fulfilling times here for the next 3 years and achieve your own dreams. As you all know, in the Carson Kingdom, pastry chef is a respected profession. Top pastry chefs can enjoy treatment as an aristocrat. While St. Patrick's College is the cradle of pastry chefs, being able to be admitted here means that you are closer to success already. However, mediocrity is not allowed in St. Patrick's College. If your grades cannot pass the exam at the end of each semester, you will be persuaded to quit. Persuaded, he says. Therefore, I hope all of you can be strict with yourself and make full use of all resources of the college to improve your ability. Here I'd like to introduce the schedule of St. Patrick's College for freshmen. The first semester has 5 months of study, the 6th month is summer vacation. He Fukunaga-san? Oh yeah, because Christopher referred to the headmaster as Mr. Headmaster before. Trans rights! The first semester has 5 months of study, the 6th month is summer vacation. That is to say, in addition to compulsory courses, you have a total of 10 opportunities for free activity this semester. I hope you can arrange your schedule in a reasonable manner so as to improve your grades and other abilities to the greatest extent, striving to get good results in the final exam. After attending the opening ceremony, Bebe and you are walking on the avenue of the college. Hearing what Mr. Headmaster just said, I feel great pressure indeed. Well, me too. I didn't expect that the college has so strict requirements. Examination and elimination will take place every semester. I mean, at least it doesn't cull the bottom 50% of all students every year, right? Right? This isn't the shonen manga, right? It seems I have to work very hard. Hey, who is this? Do I see something wrong? It's Lena, you know, from the prologue. It's you. Are you Lena? The girl with the bone in her leg? Huh. Good memory. I don't expect you to have some skill. You really got into the college. Why are you here too? Are you also a student here? Well, even you can come here. Why can't I? However, don't feel happy too early. With your qualification, it's not that easy for you to spend 3 years here smoothly without being eliminated. Getting to know each other after all, don't blame me for not reminding you. Yep. Finishing her words, Lena proudly raises her head, turns her back, and walks away without looking back. Watching Lena walking away, you wonder how small this world is. Hey, Sakura, you're awesome! You know Miss DM? Miss DM. It turns out her last name is also DM. Yes, don't you know? DM is the famous food chain enterprise. And I heard there's a handsome male teacher in our college who is Lena's elder brother. Wow, famous food chain enterprise, huh? So, are we talking like Olive Garden? Is she the princess of Olive Garden? I really envy Miss DM. She comes from a well-off family, her brother is the teacher here, and she is such a beauty. What a lucky girl. Great beauty? In my opinion, she is just a little girl not fully developed. How can you tell she is a great beauty? Sakura? Have you seen her? Donald's Mick. Oh no, Sakura, what taste you've got. Don't you think Miss DM has the perfect figure? Unlike me, a flat sheet. No. No, you see, baby. You see. Flat is justice. And the school uniforms of these rich young ladies like her are usually modified. Although they look like school uniform, actually they are completely different from ours. Oh yeah, this academy is supposed to have a school uniform, though in practice it really doesn't. Because these are, like, pre-drawn sprite packs. Alas, we are all human beings, yet have different destinies. Forget it, the more I say, the more I feel sad. That's right, life is beautiful too. Look at her, I love her. Haha, it's not as bad as you said, okay? I feel you look pretty lovely. and you look good in this uniform. Is it true? Sakura, that's so comforting. Let's go, I'll buy you a soda. They're very modifiable uniforms. At night, in the new dormitory, you're lying in bed, recalling the experience of the whole day. I didn't expect that Lena is Mr. Christopher's younger sister. Then that afternoon, why did they quarrel with each other at the lakeside of the West Island? Originally, I just thought that Mr. Christopher is young and promising. I didn't expect he is also a man of prestigious family. Hi, Mira! Welcome, Mira! Thank you so much for the sub! Thank you! Welcome, Mira! A kiss to Freya? Yay! I've been smooched! Just like this protagonist will be. Having such a long journey, as well as what you had experienced in the daytime, you gradually fell asleep. When a new day comes, you will be welcomed by a new chapter in life. Yeah. And I'm probably going to be saving right here. So, to summarize, these are our stats so far. We are somebody with a lot of stamina. And, haven't been increasing our perseverance or social or things like that very much. That's probably because, we chose as our pet Caramel. Look. This is our pet. Mira. Mira, look at this. This small creature is our pet. Her species is Pastry Baby. She makes us breakfast in the mornings. Out of magic. And the breakfast increases your stats. She says that something is a chicken wrap, but it's actually a taco. And other things, we can look at favor. So you can see that you have 10 favor with Christopher DM. And these are the guys we haven't met yet. There's Henyin. There's William. And Hanan Yi. This one is my favorite. Look at him, he's so buff. He's so buff. Oh yeah, and these are NPCs. Can we top him? No. So these are the people from the island. Here's our good friend Baby. Here's Lena. And these are people who we'll meet soon. There's Emma from the canteen. Henin, a teacher. Brian, who is in the greenhouse. Ding dong. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Who is this? No, I legitimately can't remember who this guy is. That's serious. I normally don't forget a white-haired boy. Mr. Yi looks like he would pretend he doesn't like you until he demonstrates it by stopping a car hitting you, then punching at the driver. Okay, good. That started out very Twilight and I was concerned. Well. I will be posting these guys to my Twitter later and asking who you guys would prefer to pursue. Because they're all pretty simple to get to know. And now that we're in the academy phase, I want to get my stats in order. In the meantime, let's see who we can raid. Oh, Epicsy is online. Doing a draw pile. Alright. Are you guys ready? Ready for raiding? This is really cute art. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Alright. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1! Alright, and that does it for tonight. Freya Fukunaga, signing off. Oh, my icon, my model is frozen. Oh geez.